Good evening, children. Today we will discuss our next topic of P block elements, that is group 17 and group 18 it is left. Group 15 and 16 already we have discussed. So in group 17, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine, these 5 elements are there and they are called halogens. Okay, whatever elements they are present in group 17, they all are called halogens. The valence electronic configuration of group 17 elements, that is NH2 NP5, that means 7 electrons are present in the valence shell of group 17 element. They have very high electronegativity because they have 7 electrons in its valence shell. That means 1 electron, if they can take, they will get octet or they will get the nearest noble gas electronic configuration. So that is why their tendency, it is like that, they can take 1 electron, they can add 1 electron in their valence shell. Okay, so they have, that is why they have very high electronegativity. The common oxidation state, that is why there it is -1. Sometimes for chlorine, bromine, iodine, +1, +3, +5, +7 also can be possible. Next, fluorine can show anomalous property due to the very small in size, and fluorine does not have any vacant d orbital and it is having a very high electronegativity. So some abnormal properties can be shown in case of fluorine. Chlorine has atomic number 7 and atomic mass 35.5 U. Okay, and it does not occur in free state as it is highly reactive in nature. Next, I am coming to the next point, that is manufacture of chlorine, laboratory methods of preparation of chlorine, that is laboratory method by the oxidation of concentrated HCl and manganese dioxide. MnO2 plus 4HCl, it will produce MnCl2 plus 2H2O plus chlorine gas. So by this way we can make the chlorine gas. This is a laboratory preparation where manganese oxide we are using, it will react with hydrochloric acid and it will produce MnCl2 plus 2H2O plus Cl2 gas. By the action of HCl on KMnO4, like potassium permanganate, if it will react with 16HCl, it will make 2 KCl2, MnCl2, 8H2O and 5Cl2 gas. So by this way we can get the chlorine gas. And one more process, that is Decon process, in which CuCl2 is acting as a catalyst, in which the reaction will be 4HCl plus O2. It will produce 2Cl2 plus 2H2O. Physical properties of chlorine, now we are coming to. It is a greenish yellow gas. It has a pungent smell. It has a slight sour taste. It is fairly soluble in water. So its color is greenish yellow. It is having a pungent odor. It has a slight sour taste. It is fairly soluble in water and it is 2.5 times heavier than air, and it is poisonous in nature. When inhaled, it causes severe headache accompanied by cough and breathlessness. Okay, so these are the physical properties of chlorine. Now I am coming to the chemical properties of chlorine, that is chlorine gas is non-combustible. Chlorine reacts with water to form hypochlorous acid. It reacts with burning sodium to form sodium chloride. When white phosphorus comes in contact with chlorine, it melts and spontaneously catches the fire to form dense white fumes. It has strong electronegativity towards hydrogen and it reacts with slaked lime to form the bleaching powder. So they are the chemical properties of chlorine. HOCl releases nascent oxygen. This is very active and it can be used as a very good oxidizing agent and bleaching action due to the presence of nascent oxygen. Nascent oxygen means the one free radical of oxygen atom. So as it is a free radical, so it is very reactive in nature and it can be oxidized another by reducing itself. And it is also having some bleaching action. And bleaching effect of Cl2 is permanent. It bleaches vegetable or organic matter in the presence of moisture. Now I am coming to the next point, that is hydrogen chloride. In laboratory, hydrogen chloride gas is prepared by heating sodium chloride with concentrated sulfuric acid. It is also prepared by burning of hydrogen gas in the atmosphere of chlorine gas, or by exposing the hydrogen gas and chlorine gas to diffuse sunlight. It is a colorless gas and pungent, smelling with sour taste and very irritating odor. It is extremely soluble in water as it is very polar in nature. Hydrogen chloride is neither combustible nor does it support the combustion. On heating at above 500 degrees centigrade, it dissociates into hydrogen and chlorine. On mixing with ammonia gas, it forms dense with fumes due to the formation of ammonium chloride. Now, aqueous solution of hydrogen chloride is called hydrochloric acid. That HCl acid we use, that is HCl acid. It is prepared by dissolving hydrogen chloride in water. It reacts with metals to form respective chlorides and hydrogen gas. And aqua regia 1 is a mixture that in which 3 parts of concentrated HCl and 1 part of concentrated HNO3 should be present over here, and it is a very corrosive in nature, and it is known as acid that can dissolve gold. So halogen forms some number of oxo acids. We can see that HOF, HOCl, HOBr, HOI. Their names already written: hypochlorous acid, hypobromous acid, iodous acid, chlorous acid, HOClO, HOCl2, chloric acid, HOCl3, ClO3. Like that way, perchloric acid. So perbromic acid is HOBrO3, bromic acid. So many acids are there of oxo acid. This is the chart of the oxo acids that are forming by the halogens. So next, halogen forms a number of interhalogen compounds. That means Cl can combine with fluorine, Br can combine with fluorine, iodine can combine with fluorine. So by this way, they are safe. Also, it is written ClF3 is benzaped, T-shaped. BrF3 is also T-shaped. It is written in a tabular form. Actually, it is coming from Vesper. IF3, it is also having Benz T-shaped. It is coming due to the factor Vesper theory. From there, that hybridization it is coming, and from the hybridization, the shape of the molecule it will come. Okay. So square pyramidal IF5, BrF5 also it is having the square pyramidal structure. ClF5 it is also having the square pyramidal structure, and pentagonal bipyramidal structure for IF7, like that. Okay, so these are the main topics of group 17 elements. Now we are coming to group 18 elements, and group 18 elements we know there are present inert gases or noble gases. So they have 8 electrons in its valence shell. That is why they are very inert, because they are already achieved the octet, except helium. Helium is having 2 electrons. It is also stable configuration due to the presence of 2 electron in s orbital, and s orbital can contain maximum 2 electrons. So that is why they are very in reactive in nature, and they are called inert gases or noble gases. Okay, so the valence shell electronic configuration is ns2 np6, and helium is 1s2. I already told you. Physical properties, they are generally monoatomic in nature. They are colorless, odorless and tasteless gas, and strongly soluble in water, low melting and boiling points. Xenon fluoride, xenon can form among the all noble gases, because xenon is having large structure. It can accommodate some electron density coming from another atom, and it can make oxides and fluoride only, because oxygen and fluorine, they are very electronegative element, so they can attract the electron density from the xenon, and the steric hindrance, it is not that is why it is not that much possible over here. So that is why they can make compounds. Okay, so next we are coming that some important reactions, that is Xc plus F2, it will make XeF2 solid, Xc plus 2F2 it will make XeF4 solid, and Xc plus 3F2 it will make XeF6 solid. And some conditions are required: 673 Kelvin 1 bar, 873 Kelvin 7 bar, and 573 Kelvin 6 to 70 bar, that is required. Okay, now the structure, it is XeF2, it is linear structure, XeF4 it is square planar structure. It is also coming by the concept of Vesper rule, lone pair repulsion, it is greater than lone pair bond pair repulsion, that is greater than bond pair repulsion. Now xenon oxygen compounds, generally XeO3 it is having the pyramidal structure, and XeOF4 has a square pyramidal structure. So from group 18 generally we can see that xenon can make some compounds with fluorine and oxygen only. Okay, and other elements, they are very inert and they are size is not good, it is small, and they having high ionization enthalpy, that is why they cannot make. Okay, so by this way we can explain this chapter. I think if you have any queries regarding this chapter, you can ask me in our online classes. Okay, so thank you, have a nice day.